Stay here, and welcome everybody to another episode of the Lunch Table Podcast. And in this video, we're going to give you our review for Gen V episode 5. One's in the comments if you think Kate is a bitch. All right, Dylan, without further ado, let's start off with your thoughts.
Oh boy, can I spam? I'll probably contribute to those numbers. Yeah, it was pretty, I don't know, I feel like every episode now is just getting drier and drier for me. I don't know if you feel the same way. There was like not even that much action, and to be honest, I mean, there was like a cool little puppet sequence with Sam, which I thought was pretty funny. Was pretty cool. But for the most part, I feel like it's not really going in. I feel like they could have solved this case in like a day, but it's taken like all these episodes just to like get to like a point where like they're like close to figuring this out. I don't know how you feel. Let's get your thoughts on it.
None of us are real. Yeah, I thought the episode wasn't. I thought it wasn't, the best, but I'm recording, but. Sorry everybody, I'm really discombobulated today. I think the same trick that they're pulling on these kids, they're pulling on me.
Rufus got us.
Yeah.
Kate got us.
Yeah, and I just really think that they tried to do a mystery plot here, and for the most part, I think the twist actually really got me. I did not expect Kate to be the one that's messing with everybody.
I saw that shit a mile. I saw that shit from episode 1 when Luke was having those flashbacks. I saw that shit a mile.
I really was like, and the crazy part, they showed, he was like, make me forget about Sam, and she's like, I think it's something you need to go through. And I was like, oh my god, I never. First of all, I'm like, she fucked the guy's best friend, and then she fucked the best friend's mind. So she's a ruthless bitch. Okay, like what's going on?
What is it? You guys say it like she ate and left no crumbs.
Right. Holy
My
cow.
question is why though? Like, what is her motivation for doing this shit? Because she obviously feels bad about it, and like she loved Lou, or she claims she loved Lou. I don't know. She claims she loved Andre too, but I'm like, what is her end game? Is it just because like she wants to be like at the top of the?
She just wants an A. That's all.
Well, shit, if fucking Sylvie destroyed the timeline for McDonald's, I guess this bitch will do anything.
Yeah, exactly. Holy cow. No, I can't really wrap my head around the motivation. I don't know if it's really blackmail. It could be. At least at the end, things were revealed. So now I think the story will be pushed even further, and it'll get a little bit more crazier because now everyone seems like they'll be on the same page finally. And we were waiting for that. So now it's almost, they could start to, really form their own group, just like the boys. Mm-hmm. But I don't know, this whole episode, it's really interesting, and Loki does this too, where they have this one problem, and majority of the episode they're focusing on that rather than just continue. Succession feels different, right? When you watch Succession, it feels like the whole season is just a movie in a way because they keep it on going. But these shows feel like almost like Arrow, like that formula where it's like there's a main problem in the background, but there's gonna be a short problem here just to waste everyone's time, and that's how it feels.
Serial storytelling. That's what it is.
But it sucks. I don't know. Like I'm not like down for it for this thing. I actually like how The Boys does it better, because it does feel like it's moving things along. With this, it's like, oh, let's get trapped in this mindfuck, and then we figure it out at the end. So the show is gonna end in how many episodes are for this season? I think like 8 or so, or 8 or 10.
I feel like the problem with this show is that with The Boys, you have a clear antagonist, and that's obviously Homelander. It's debatable whether he's the main antagonist sometimes, but he's the biggest threat in that show. I feel like it's like, okay, your biggest threat is a school.
Yeah,
it's like it's really underwhelming. Obviously, it's hard to, fill Homelander's shoes as a big bad, but I feel like you could pick a plethora of. I've never read the comics. You probably know more than me. There's probably, I'm sure, some villain that they could like take and make it like, I don't know, work for this show.
Well, they had him on Tech Knight. They could have just used Tech Knight to do something cool.
Yeah, they could have did that or something. Yeah, because he seemed even like he was like a prominent threat, but then he's kind of like a throwaway character in the last episode. So I'm like, it's kind of a wasted potential. I mean, the dean is like kind of the villain here,
right? I'm thinking she's probably.
But even her, it's like she's like so underwhelming sometimes in some scenes, and seems like sometimes she's not even like she's under threat herself sometimes from Vought. So it's kind of underwhelming as a villain, where like you feel like, oh, she could go to it like anytime.
Yeah, well, I feel like probably she is the main villain. It's unsatisfying, but the real main villain is the organization. But she has her part to play in it, and for the most part, this is where we're going to hone in, and attack this person to make it make more sense. And then we could also breed a season 2, perhaps in the future, and maybe there's like another person, the top dog. It's not going to be Ashley. It's going to be somebody else. But like that's the thing. I don't know. I'm not down with how they do that because it's just unsatisfying. And this episode kind of felt like a little waste of time. If they only had figured out stuff a little bit sooner, they could have come to a resolution, and then Kate could have did that reveal, and it would have been over. And under like let's say 10 or maybe even like less, maybe 15 minutes, they could have did this shit. So they just threw a lot of shit at your way. And then it feels like it's kind of stalling. It's like, wait into the good part. There's going to be a good part, which maybe is actually going to be the next episode, which I have my theories about that. We'll talk about that a little bit later, Soldier Boy. But what did you think of Marie's whole thing in this episode? Because she had a thing with, I was going to say Junipe, Jordan Lee.
Jordan. Yeah, they had like a bit of a lover's quarrel or something, but then they kind of forgot everything that happened. And then Marie got mind fucked again by Kate. I don't know. It's like I feel like Marie was more prominent in the first 2 episodes, and now she's kind of like a background character for some reason. I feel like actually the supporting cast are actually like more prominent now than she's supposed to be.
I forgot also to mention, but Marie is really important because remember the doctor also revealed something in the episode that apparently they want to make it, a poison for the supes or something like that, a disease or something.
Well, he mentioned that she has a lot of potential.
Yeah, because she could
if she wanted to. I feel like she could be even more powerful than Homelander if she wanted to, because that's the thing about blood manipulation.
No, they want to use her powers to disperse that poison. Because that's the whole thing. That's what they're doing down there.
But who's her benefactor, though? Is it?
She doesn't have a benefactor.
No, she does. Remember, the dean said she has a benefactor, unless she was lying.
Yeah, no, I don't think I think it's just the organization. That's the one.
Because she's in the top 5.
Well, no, she went to the top 5 as because she's interesting. They said that in the X-ray. She's in the top 5 because she has no social media, yet she's climbing so high, and there's no one to talk shit. You can't talk shit about her to her face on social media or send her DMs because she just doesn't have it. So it's really something new. And in this world that just relies on likes and stuff. But what I'm saying is she's important just because she could disperse the poison that they're creating down there to kill the supes. And that's why they have Sam. That's why they got him, because they're probably using him as a guinea pig, which is actually really interesting. So I wonder that'll play in to the boys with Homelander. So maybe they make him weaker and then that's when they could actually fuck him up. That's what I'm thinking, that's what this show contributes to the world, which is really interesting.
But then it's like, I feel like that's weak storytelling too, because it's like that's the only thing you get out of this show. It's like, okay, well then the other characters can fuck off. The only thing for that is like, oh, now you have a weapon against Homelander. But then I feel like we could have got that even in the last season, The Boys too. I mean, we did with Soldier Boy.
Yeah, that is true. That is true because it leaves these characters in the dust then, because that's all we got from it. I mean, at least like you said, even without the poison thing, maybe Marie could do some damage still. Well, to be fair, actually, all these characters have really Marie, Kate, and Andre are probably Jordan Lee a little bit, but really they're the most powerful. So on their own, they could do a lot of damage. I just don't know. Again, I don't know how they're going to be utilized in a few. Oh, Sam probably too.
Unless it's like a thing where they realize this is all like under Vought's doing, and I'm thinking maybe if they wanted to, like that they somehow end up with Butcher's crew. Because Butcher's kind of like recruiting supes too now since Kimiko and now Starlight. So it's like unless they found their way to the butcher, to the boys, basically, because they realize what the supes are doing are fucked up too. I don't really know what else they could do with these kids.
Well, the problem is if you do that, then you get rid of Gen V in general, because then now that show's gone because these are the main characters. You know?
Unless it's like a Young Justice thing where they're like a B team or something, but then that's so corny.
Unless we're thinking too deep about it, unless it's just literally just that simple. And then the next season is just some simple character that they're going to go against. It could just be like that. Maybe that's what they haven't planned. It's not like what we're saying. Oh, it's gonna cross over. It's gonna do this whoop-de-doo. I don't think it's gonna be like that. It's just in the world of the boys, but it's not gonna actually interact with the main guys.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. This episode's kind of weak. I feel kind of emotionless reviewing this. I'm not really in the mood. I don't know. This didn't really put a good taste in my mouth.
Yeah. Well, tell us your theory then, because you mentioned the theory you had with Soldier Boy.
Yeah, so that's next episode. So next episode, Soldier Boy makes an appearance, and I believe there's two outcomes. Either one, because it shows this door, and also shows the crew in the woods. I wonder if this show actually takes place that moment when Soldier Boy was tracking down the psychic guy. And for some reason, they went to the woods, and so they catch up with Soldier Boy.
No, it can't.
Why?
Unless it's a flashback, because they already showed on the TV the explosion that happened.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah,
so
you're right. You're right. All right,
Yeah.
So no, not a flashback. It's probably just them fucking with his mind, somebody's mind, and they see Soldier Boy, which is stupid if they do that. Because he can't possibly escape. The ramifications are huge. Just to throw that in one episode and then like go by it. So
you need at least a whole episode just to explain how he got out of that prison thing.
Whole episode you need.
Sure.
Well, if you have his arc in this show, you need to have him there like for a couple of episodes, because this motherfucker's gonna run wild everywhere. He's gonna like try to do the same thing he did with his team Payback, you know, except now with the boys. So it's like why even throw him there? So I really feel like this is just a I was gonna say menage a trois. This is a switcheroo. With like everybody there like thinking, oh, and all of a sudden, no, it's just we're mind messing you up, basically. You know?
Well, I don't think we have any more thoughts on it other than it was an okay episode. What would you rate this? I'd probably give this. Honestly, I'd probably give this maybe like 4 out of 10.
I
pretty on the weaker
really,
side.
yeah. I honestly would give this I'd say a 3 out of 10. I really did not enjoy this episode. I grew tired watching it, honestly. And yeah, I just think it didn't really add anything fun, except the Muppet thing, maybe. That's really about it. That was kind of fun. Oh, I never revealed, but whatever.
That's what Disney's, I feel like, is going to do for R-rated now. They're just going to make puppets
to make it better.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I tell you what, though, somebody got to put 2 bullets behind the back of Sam's head, because I cannot trust this guy. He's too crazy.
Shit.
I don't trust him. And probably
for all
Kate
we
as
know,
well.
he already has 2 bullets in the back of his head.
Yeah,
So he's
I don't
fucking
know.
crazy. Shit.
Yeah, well. Are you guys watching right now, by the way? Are you watching right now? If you are, and you actually like this video, please like this video.
Radio silent.
Yeah, it's kind of, I'm seeing Muppets right now. But listen, if you actually enjoyed this video, we do appreciate you. Thank you for watching this review. I hope we provided something. This episode is pretty ass, not gonna lie. It's hard to review stuff like this sometimes, but hey, it is what it is.
This thing made me want to revisit Hello Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Shit, that's a better one.
Check out our Hello Tomorrow review. It's better.
Shit.
No, I mean, we're still giving this show a shot, and we have a couple more episodes to go. I think we have 3 more episodes to go, so hopefully things do ramp up and it becomes more exciting and contributes more to the world of the boys. Again, if you like this video, actually like this video, subscribe. Please help out your
How about the boys?
Yeah, exactly. And we have plenty of content coming your way pretty soon, as we always say. And we have a little surprise for you guys coming next week. But without further ado, Dylan.
Well, guys, thanks for having lunch with us.
See you guys.